All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews. We're back to talk finally after a little bit of a break. It's about more of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1. We are up to episode 18, which is called Providence. So if you have not seen this episode, full spoilers are ahead. So yeah, the direct aftermath of the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Captain America the Winter Soldier. And yeah, Fury is supposedly dead and our agents are on the run. Pretty much from jump in this episode. And this is our introduction though to Colonel Talbot, who will be a long running character on the show. I do like the actor who played him. He was on Heroes and Colony. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He's pretty good. I can't remember his name right now, but that's okay. So we start here where they're basically everybody's just trying to like figure out how many places are still left, who's alive, who's dead, where do we go, and everybody starts to kind of question, or pick their sides or maybe question things more. It's really kind of interesting how quickly like Fitz and Simmons disagree on this, and it's not a bad thing. It's just I don't know. I kind of figured Fitz might be the more I'm not going to say disloyal, but the one that would question things more. Instead, it's Simmons that does, and I really like that choice because even though they're both really nice people, they're both really good. It just seems more natural for Fitz to go against Coulson. I don't know why, just something about him, but it's even more entertaining and gives Elizabeth Henstridge a little bit more to do in this episode. And I mean, I guess Fitz also has, kind of like personal feelings about how Simmons feels about it. Knowing, he can see what Tripp's doing. He can see that Tripp's interested in him, and he can see that she's not necessarily, fighting that. And so it's the beginnings of a love triangle here that, I hate love triangles. But in this case, if you got to have one, this is the relationship, I guess, that would need to be tested, because it's clear that these two are going to someday end up together. So it's like watching How I Met Your Mother and knowing that every person that person dates isn't going to be the mother, and you just got to put up with it. You know what I mean? We get stuff where, okay, so Skye is like kind of gone from, oh, Ward likes me, to, oh my God, are you okay? I don't know. They're really trying to I think, ramp up the emotions between Skye and Ward so that when the betrayal comes, it'll be even worse. But it's just, if you really think about it, okay, there was no romantic thing. I didn't really feel the tension between them because they had Ward with May for so long. And then to just kind of suddenly introduce us that Ward has feelings for Skye, and she doesn't know. And so, there's been no real kind of like subtext about it. There hasn't been that much really like flirting, I want to say. I want to feel like it's more of a mentor-mentee thing. So she's just had these, kind of revelations sprung on her. They haven't even gone out for that drink. And I don't know. I just feel like they are kind of rushing the emotional ramp up for Skye a little too fast and a little too much. I think it's okay that, she would care about Ward as a member of the team, just maybe not so much, oh my God, my lover is dead, or, could be dead, I don't know. The scenes between Garrett and Ward, though, are great. And again, Bill Paxton, just, I mean, if this has got to be one of your last, if you knew you were going to die soon, this is the kind of performance I would want to give too if I was Bill Paxton, because he's just killing it still. He's having so much fun. And one of the great things about the Ward and Garrett scenes is the way that they talk. Like, everything is just so matter of fact to them, and they are having normal conversations. So, or at least to them, it's a normal conversation. So to them, what they're talking about may be banal and old hat. But to us, hear them say these things about, betrayal and their secrets and their, their just badness in general is great. because it's just like another day at the office, the way they talk. We also get, so they go and they rescue Raina from the fridge. It's nice to have Ruth Negga back on the show, and that dress, her in that dress. I kind of like her with the longer hair too. She's still pretty on Preacher, but I'm getting used to that long hair, and she is, oh my, yeah. So anyway, this is going to be like this episode that kind of starts her second arc. Because once she realizes that Garrett's not a psychic and that the clairvoyant is just a fun little thing that they put together for secrets, another word for secrets. Like Garrett may not have powers, but he does have flair for the dramatic a little bit, and I love that. But she's obviously disappointed. And then when she says, I would have asked him a certain question, you know that there's more going on to Raina than what we first initially believed. She's still willing to follow the bad people and do terrible things to get what she wants. So, she could easily be on the team, or at least be friends with S.H.I.E.L.D., and they probably would try to help her with her answers. She's just, more of the morally flexible person that's willing to get what she wants that way. And in that respect, I still do like this character so far. Again, like, as I've said in other videos, I did not care for Raina's character the first time through, but I am appreciating it more, and I do know that has to do with the show Preacher and seeing what Ruth Negga is capable of, and then being able to transfer that like of the actress over to this show. It has definitely helped me change my feelings about that character. Even though once we find out, like, again, I've said this, once everything becomes clear about Raina, I think to me, I just find her less interesting of a character and more of just oh, you're one of those. Oh, okay, great, fine. You're going to be annoying from now on. Your motivations will be anyway. The actor's still doing a good job. I just find her motivations later to just be like, oh, fuck you. Get over yourself, get over it. We all have disappointments. Life is one long disappointments with little surprises of greatness. I don't know what I'm talking about. But meanwhile, we're on the search for this place that they need to go to because Coulson's badge starts glowing, coordinates. And they head up to this place way out in the middle of nowhere after everybody agrees that that they're going, and a lot of mistrust going on and all that. He doesn't trust May, and all this stuff about Fury. I mean, it's all still the secrets, damaging people, everybody compartmentalizing. Only this person knows this much and this person knows that much. And, and in some respects, you can respect that's if you really want things to, I don't know. It's one of those things that it's so fragile, these secrets that they all keep, this amongst, compounding on each other. And once they start to crack, you start to realize that, yeah, it's all great as long as everybody, as long as it's able to stay stable, like as soon as these secrets start to come out, it's a snowball effect and they just are going to blow up on you. And it's kind of an eventuality really with S.H.I.E.L.D. It's kind of, it doesn't have like long-term, like really long-term, like stability or sustainability, I should say. And that's why I still feel like S.H.I.E.L.D. hasn't really returned in the comics that, to the degree that it was going on at the beginning of the MCU. But when they get there, he gets to give like this great speech because, Skye says, throws her badge down basically. He's like, well, this means nothing. I'm agent of nothing now. And so it leads to the whole, him blowing up on everybody. When they start to where he starts to sound like maybe he's desperate. And they all looking at him like, dude, you're kind of losing it. He gives this great speech, that about, we're not agents of nothing and this has to matter. And, everything we've been through, all this, it can't be for nothing. And, it has to have weight. We are agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It has to mean, it means something. And I love that. It has to have weight. And I love that, and he does such a good job, and I can't wait to meet this dude next Saturday. It's gonna be so dope. I don't know how I'm gonna react. I really, really hope I can keep it the fuck together. But and maybe I'll have a story to come back to. But anyway, he throws the badge. A cannon comes out of nowhere, a motion camera, and blows it away. And this is where we find the secret bunker that Fury has. Another secret that's being kept running by Patton Oswalt's character. He will be another long-running character. What is wrong with me? And this is just the first introduction to him. I have to admit, it takes a minute. That first initial, when I remember seeing him the first time I watched this episode, I was like, oh, cool, yeah, it's going to be Patton Oswalt. Now that it's been given some time and I'm rewatching it, it is a little jarring that it's Patton Oswalt because it kind of takes you out of it. It's almost like the guest star that's just too obvious of a guest star. And he comes from around a corner after giving a line of dialogue from out of nowhere. And then dun, 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 introduction. And I guess maybe it's supposed to be we're supposed to expect whoever's going to come around that corner to be Ward. Look like Ward, and it's Patton Oswalt, and it's supposed to be play against our expectations, ooh. But see, Patton Oswalt is pretty famous, a pretty famous comedian, and so he may not be Brad Pitt, but he's the Brad Pitt of comedians, kind of. I mean, he's everywhere, right? You can't throw a rock without hitting Patton Oswalt, and that's not me telling you to start throwing rocks at Patton Oswalt if you see him. But once I got used to it again, I'm right back into it and remembering why I like this character. They do make him a good character. They give the actor lots to do over the course of this series, and I like that they don't make him just one thing, literally. So that's a bit of a spoiler for later, but I love it. The whole thing with lanyards and not telling everybody everything, and even he's in on the secrets because he knows that Fury's alive. And he only tells Coulson because he doesn't trust anybody else. And it's, in some respects, those kind of secrets are fine as long as you know that that's not the kind of secrets you need to get out. It's not going to... If you need to tell somebody later, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever. I'm starting to look at the clock and going, okay, how much do I have more to talk about? Well, we also get them talking to Brayna and Garrett and Ward, making their plans, because Skye calls Ward and tells him where they are. So, yeah. He shows up, and of course now it's just completely out in the open. They are totally screwed, but I do love the whole thing that they're operating under the assumption that Ward and Garrett are fine, and Hand is fine, and everybody is on their side, and so this is just more, got to be another gut punch for everybody once they realize what Ward does. And I mean, I remember, well, we'll get to it when it really happens. But anyway, that's all I really had to say about this episode. The stuff where we are reintroduced to, Ian Malcolm. Oh God, that's fucking Jurassic Park. Ian Quinn. Yes, life finds a way. And Jeff Goldblum is suddenly on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as Ian Malcolm. And he's telling everybody to, must move faster. No, Ian Quinn comes back and he gets his gravitonium from Garrett, which he makes him say thank you for. So more craziness, more craziness. Another great episode. I apologize for taking a little bit of a break. It's been kind of a rough few days and I needed to do some things that I wanted to do. I'd want to do this. I'm not saying I don't want to do this, but I needed to decompress for a second. I went and saw Captain Marvel again this morning at IMAX and cleared my head, and it gave me, the energy I needed to see this, to start watching this and doing the episodes again. Because I did 17 episodes in less than a week. So I was cranking out the videos, man. I was burning out. I was putting in 40 hours a week at work and then coming home and cranking out video after video after video. So I got really cranky by Friday. Friday, I was ready to put my head through a wall, but everything's all good now. And so we'll be back today's going to be a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. day, except I'm going to be doing Ant-Man and The Walking Dead as well. So I took a little break from making videos, but now we're back in full force. So anyway, like I said, if you like this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that rigmarole as usual. But otherwise, this is Rapid Smirking Gun Review saying have a great day, and we will see you on the next video. Bye.